What's good, listeners? Our guest on Just Talking is our new kick-ass video game contributor, HenricK the WrecK, live on the Chris Collins Show, Millennial Talk Show. How's it going, fam?
Hi.
Hey, how's it going, everyone?
Hey,
Fabulous.
we're doing real good. We're beyond stoked to have you on because, you know, you are a part of the CCS family now, and I think it's really important that we get to know you on a closer level. So let's see how much...
Who is HenricK?
Yeah, who is HenricK the WrecK? So let's get to know you. So
Can I ask the questions?
I think that's actually a great leeway, Marissa. Let's have you start
Okay,
it off.
ready? You gotta go fast. These are rapid fire. All right. Otherwise, I'm gonna go if you take too long. Okay, you ready?
Okay.
Okay. Video games or pussy?
Video games, sure.
Okay.
Really?
What's
Pussy?
the go-to? Chris, you
Actually,
haven't had pussy in
we
years.
don't want to go too rapid fire. We need explanations. So we just said video games are pussy, and right off the bat, we know and understand now that HenricK the WrecK is all about that video game life. No pussy coming for HenricK or I anytime soon. Let's go with the second question.
Okay, you ready? All right. What's the go-to necessity? Energy drink or protein shake?
And this is when you're live streaming and playing online gaming. What is the go-to?
I don't really drink either, but if I had to choose, probably an energy drink.
Really?
Yay!
Okay.
Okay, that one's okay.
So since none of them apply, what is the go-to for HenricK the WrecK?
Water.
Oh my God, that's so good! I'm so shocked. I thought you would be like just that nerd that's playing video game and drinking.
No, what I think he's really doing, Marissa, is he's actually getting the, the aluminum bottle, trying to pretend like he's eco-friendly, and he says it's water, but he's actually sipping on that bourbon whiskey. We all know.
Oh, okay. Bourbon whiskey, vodka or tequila.
Tequila.
The female Viagra. He chose the female Viagra. We should have known better.
It's true. I get naked when I drink tequila. It happens. It just happens.
This is why, HenricK, we can't have Marissa Pitts too much involved in our video game live stream that's coming up in the future. But then again, Marissa, let's hit him with the third question.
All right, you ready? When you're live streaming, do you let the booger hang or do you pick the nose?
This is a serious question.
I will turn off the camera momentarily and wipe my nose.
That's
Yay!
actually kind of fascinating that you say that, because I was listening to one of these esports gamers. He's called Schlump. Hopefully I pronounced his name right. He said that if you turn off the camera, that could be a problem, because then again, your viewers might be thinking that you're doing something shady behind the scenes. Why don't you just pick it? Why not eat it, HenricK?
Fair enough, but I mean,
why would you eat it? Why would that even be an option?
Because our
whoever is eating your boogers, please stop. This is why you don't have
genetics. We are part monkey, so I think that's why we have a little bit of leeway.
No.
Okay, fine.
But anyway, so I already know the answer to this question because you picked video games over a woman.
That's true too, but this is a different setup.
Okay, all right. When a very important cutscene happens and a very important, lovely, wonderful girlfriend calls you, do you pause the game to pick up, or do you answer the? Do you pause the game or answer?
Yeah, or do you answer the phone? See, Marissa's already
having no sense.
No, it does, because obviously you don't play games. So when there's a cutscene, do you answer the FaceTime?
Yeah, I'm the girlfriend. Ready? Hold on. Ready?
It's ringing.
Ring.
Hello.
Oh, so he
HenricK, you get pussy tonight. Don't worry.
You're about to be picking up the phone call. Come on.
Hey, if Marissa's calling, you best be answering your phone, okay?
Well, now that we slammed him with such, fun, energetic questions, let's just get real. And I guess I'll say the last question. Would you rather play video games or go outside, HenricK?
Oh, man, when I was younger, I definitely would rather stay inside, but nowadays I do like going outside and enjoying things, at least every now and then,
Yeah, so HenricK the WrecK, he's not absolutely sold on the VR lifestyle. He's not yet close to buying a home next to Snoop Dogg in the metaverse, but he is here to stay, and he's with us now. And HenricK the WrecK, we're so excited to have you on the Chris Collins Show, Millennial Talk Show, because 2022 has not wasted any time. And, we've got a great video game lineups that have been happening in the last couple of months, but I want to know from you, what are the best video games this year so far?
Oh man. Well, I mean, obviously it can't not say Elden Ring. I mean, that's
Yeah.
got so much hype around it right now. But there have been quite a few actually, considering it's only the third month in the year. It's actually been pretty eventful. There's been a new Pokemon game, which looks great. I don't know if you've played it, but there's some really great moments between you as the Pokemon trainer and going out there and trying to catch some Pokemon.
Okay, so you
Let's
still
go.
go out and catch. Yes. Okay, I see people
Yeah.
playing it.
I
all
actually
the
saw
time.
a clip. There's this Pokemon called Sudowoodo. It's supposed to be a steel type, but it pretends to be a tree. It just stands there like a tree. And
I want it.
if you sneak up on it, it looks at you and is like, "Oh wait, I'm not a tree. Let me be a tree."
And then it posts up.
Okay, that's
Gone
like
are
my,
the days of the
that's
2D
my
to
spirit
3D.
animal. That's my spirit animal.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might as well get it tattooed to your thigh, Marissa. I think that if it's your
I
spirit
am
animal.
getting tattooed. I am getting tattooed next week.
But what about games with you know, we got a very strong, you know, female heroes that are starting to blow up in the past couple of months, and one of them that's been kind of on my eye that I would love to get in the future Horizon, if you know where I'm going with this. Horizon Forbidden West, I feel like is going to be one of those phenomenal games that's going to be, you know, holding up with Elden Ring when it comes to the Game of the Year awards later at the end of this year. Do you see those two battling out, or is there kind of some surprise video games that are coming out in the future that you're scanning right now, Henry?
Oh no, absolutely. I definitely think that Horizon Forbidden West is going to be up there for Game of the Year with Elden Ring. I don't think it really got as much hype as Elden Ring did, but I really enjoyed the first game, and from what I've heard, I haven't played Forbidden West yet, but from what I've heard, it's mostly the same with more and just improved. So that sounds good to me, honestly.
And let's talk about Elden Ring, because I think you are right. It's going to be really hard for anybody to, you know, topple Elden Ring when it comes to this year's 2022 video game nominations. And I know that Elden Ring got an eye-popping score of 97 out of 100. That's like unreal. That's like not even heard of before. So like HenricK, in Elden Ring, you pick a direction and you simply wonder. And within a minute or two, you'll find something interesting. And is the sense of mystery in Elden Ring unlike anything that you've seen before in open world games?
You know, actually kind of, because I remember I was on a Discord call with my close group of friends and we were playing games, and one of them, he was playing Elden Ring and he was like, "I do not know where to go. Like, I am so lost, but I'm enjoying myself."
Is it like Zelda then? Sorry, so it's like how old I am. I'm like, is it like Zelda?
I mean, on a level,
I
maybe
love
some.
Zelda because I would like
there being
explore.
some relation. Yeah.
See, already I love it.
Yeah.
I want Chris.
Well, I would
kind of
compare it to.
Elden.
I mean, Elden Ring is starting to become part of like the four horsemen of, you know, open world games. I mean, the two that I can think of on the top of my head are Skyrim. We got The Witcher 3, which is right up there. And now we got Elden Ring, which is really kind of holding up a competition. Does that outbeat all of the open world games today? Or are you kind of like hesitant until you get your hands on it?
I mean, Skyrim, you brought that up. Like, how many times are they going to re-release that game? They re-released it
Facts.
like 20 times.
Well, maybe that's
on
why
everything.
it's the GOAT of all open world games. But do you think Elden Ring? Well, actually, Marissa, you're going to say
I just
something.
want a quick question. So, HenricK, for people who don't play video games like me, so now that I'm in the conversation, I'm like, start from the beginning. What would I have to do to buy Elden Ring? I actually want this. What do I have to do? What's my first step?
Well,
you just have to have a console or
Okay.
a computer that can play it. You have to have a gaming computer, pretty much. But it's actually pretty
Gaming
accessible.
computer, okay, and then
Yeah.
who
but
do I
then again,
contact?
we're gonna get to it at the top later in the show. But you know, Amazon Luna is starting to build up this kind of
That's
idea
true,
of
too.
cloud
Yeah,
gaming, and
that is
maybe
very true.
Skyrim might be on your smart TV in the future.
Okay, that makes it
Good.
accessible. Gaming console, I was like, no.
Absolutely.
Cloud,
Well, the
yes.
first time HenricK the WrecK came on the show, we discussed how we truly believe that the console will slowly go away and they will be implemented into your smart TVs. But when it comes to Elden Ring's success, do you think it's because George R.R. Martin is a part of the project, or is that beyond that?
Oh, I think part of it definitely is that, because, you know, he has the prestige of the Game of Thrones series, and he did a great job with that, though. Season 8, oh man.
Oh, no, but if you
Yeah,
go to the
go on.
book, okay, HenricK, go back to the books. Okay, I'm sorry. George R.R. Martin sold himself to make those series. They were good, but nothing like the book. And I'm also waiting for
But
the
you know
final
what,
book.
Marissa?
Absolutely.
The sad
I
reality
agree.
is millennials and Gen
I'm
Z.
a book nerd. Okay, you're a gaming nerd, and I'm a book nerd. I'm like,
we understand you're a bookworm. You're all over, this ancient text. I know it's hard to understand this, millennials and Gen Z, but people used to actually read stories. Now we kind of want it in a form of 3D or 4D, gaming environment, or let's say the cinematic world. But you know what? We got to move on because we could be on this all day. But I want to discuss some of the latest gaming industry news. And I know Valve has taken a stance on NFTs and cryptocurrency being allowed on Steam, blocking games that feature blockchain technology. So the president and co-founder, Gabe Nowell, has now explained the reasoning behind the decision, saying the biggest issue with the volatility of crypto and the bad actors behind NFTs is that main reason. So do you see it being as dangerous as Gabe Nowell is putting it?
Well, I mean, whenever I've read about crypto, and I mean, I'm not an absolute expert on it myself.
So it sounds like you're not a part of the 16% who are investing, trading, or wanting to get involved with cryptocurrency, because I know that the Biden administration is starting to get their hands on what cryptocurrency is all about. They've even suggested that they might even come up with their own, crypto dollar.
Brazil has. I mean, of course it was going to happen. Brazil just switched all of theirs over to cryptocurrency. Not all of
But
theirs.
don't you find it kind of
investing.
alarming? Because I know Gabe Nowell also said that while fraud isn't something that can be completely eliminated, they've noticed that almost half of the transactions when it comes to crypto is out of control for them. So when you hear that, do you ever see crypto finding its place in video games and, let's say, online gaming?
Well, I think that in regards to the fraudulent activity, cryptocurrency was kind of made for that. Like the people who've been making these cryptocurrencies is kind of something that they want to do with it. But I do think that if like the government were to step in and start to like crack down on the fraudulent activity, there probably would be a place for it.
Which is almost like an oxymoron, because just like you said, HenricK, like originally cryptocurrency is made, so the government ain't in your business.
Yeah, that's true. I think you guys are really onto it, because I feel like the more we move away from the magnetic strip and also like our physical debit and credit cards, like I feel like that's going to be a thing in the past, especially now that we got Apple Pay and now that cryptocurrency.
Well, now that crypto, put my eyeball to it. Like,
okay, we understand that too, Marissa. But you know what? Now that crypto could be that new digital dollar, now they're going to be able to track your expense with everything that you do. There will be no under the table kind of thing. But I guess my kind of thing was, what happened to MTX transactions? Just the normal transaction. Why doesn't Steam just create their own kind of credit and just use US dollar, euros, and the yen and just suffice with that? Why even give into the idea of crypto? Why do you even think that they're even having their eyeballs on this?
I think they're just having their eyeballs in it. And I think we talked about this on the last time I was on, just like, it's such a big trending thing right now that if you're a leader in a company, you got to be looking at it because you see this huge potential for a market share that you're missing out on potentially.
Yeah, and a lot of our listeners can go look to a previous season when we had Brock Pierce on, who is like the crypto guru.
Yeah.
And he does talk a lot about how it is the wave of the future.
Yeah, he was one of the future men who actually got El Salvador to get on board with actually using cryptocurrency in their country, which is very, very fascinating. And I know, HenricK the WrecK, that you did a micro content this week talking about how Amazon is entering the cloud gaming arena with a twist. The company unveiled a new gaming service dubbed Luna, which on its surface is like Google Stadia, but it focuses on channel subscriptions. So will the traditional concept of, let's say, the PS Plus and the Xbox Game Pass eventually evolve into a less Netflix all-you-can-eat kind of service to a more of an own dedicated subscription channel? Kind of like, let's say, Voodoo, where you get to kind of choose your channels, choose the kind of gaming that you want. I like retro. I like the newer games. I like action and adventure. Do you see that being the new future of how we indulge in gaming today?
I absolutely think so. I think that cloud gaming is definitely going to be the future for the majority of people. And that's because in my perspective, I see it being that the consoles, like the physical consoles, end up not being something that is a product as much anymore. And instead, those companies that are making the consoles, Sony, Microsoft, they're instead giving you a service that you can hook up to your TV, your tablet, phone, whatever.
Yay! Then Marissa can jump in and play. Because I'll be honest, I ain't buying a gaming console. I am waiting for this smart TV on my phone, accessibility, and then happiness.
But, this is because I started to think about this concept overall, and I already know that the gaming industry dominates music, television, film, and theater combined. But when you start thinking about this kind of concept, it reminds me of the early stages of Napster, and now what we see now as Spotify and Apple Music. And we already know that Apple has created their own Game Pass when it comes to the iOS devices. But do you think this is a good move for, indie video game developers? Because what if they're not going to get the full dinero that they would necessarily want? Because now people aren't going to want to pick up that one physical or digital game. They're going to get it in a bundle. Do you see this being a problem?
That's a good point because, I have heard that a lot of artists on Spotify don't really get paid very well to have their
Exactly.
stuff on
So how's that going to work out?
Like paid nothing.
Because we know that Apple wants to get involved in the video game world. They've voiced it out. I mean, it necessarily didn't come out on the 8th of March when they did their event, but bet your ass it's coming real soon. I'm a little concerned when it comes to the future developers of today. But then again, this is our world, people, and we're going to have to fully indulge with this. But you know what, HenricK? We wanted to have some fun with you in the last 5 minutes of, the Chris Collins Show, Millennial Talk Show. And to get to kind of know you more on a personal level, Marissa and I, let's cue the music, Marissa.
Okay, ready? Hold on.
We're going to be playing some video game trivia to test your knowledge.
Oh,
Let's
no.
hit the music, Marissa. Hey. So, as I kind of promised behind the scenes, I'd keep this kind of easy in the beginning, and then we're going to kind of trickle it down with some kind of hard trivia questions. But let's get right on into it. Number 1, who owns Xbox?
Oh, Microsoft.
Okay, there we go.
Don't say okay until I hit the sound bite.
Hey, I'm just saying. I appreciate it. See, this is not too bad so far.
Yeah,
but we're gonna test you on all varieties of consoles. So we'll see how well we can put you to the test. So number 2, Kingdom of Hyrule is the main setting for which classic video game franchise?
The Legend of Zelda.
My man.
My favorite.
My favorite game. My favorite game.
So look, HenricK knows what's good. HenricK the WrecK, not too bad. He ain't necessarily the anti-hero that we make him out to be. He knows his shit. So number 3, in which game do players compete in the future version of soccer with cars?
Oh, Rocket League. I'm
There
never
we
good
go.
at that game.
At least he admits it. He's not too bad. This next game, this one always gives me a hard time. I know I'm not the biggest fan of this necessary course, but then again, we'll see. We're going to put you to the test right now. What is the name of the final course of Mario Kart video games?
Oh, Rainbow Road, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
wow.
man.
That's so good.
He's not doing too bad right here,
Oh.
CCS family. This is how we know he's the real deal, people. Number 5, the most popular sports video game of all time is named after which professional coach?
Oh, Madden. James Madden, right?
You got part of it.
John Madden, right?
There we go.
Oh,
Okay, there we
no.
go.
Yeah,
He
there
said,
you go.
we'll give it to you. We'll give it to you. You said Madden. You threw me there with the James. Come on now. This ain't James Bond. Come on. But all right. We're getting to the second half of our trivia questions, so it's going to start to ramp up. It's not going to be so easy going from here. Are you in for the challenge, HenricK the WrecK?
Yes.
All right. I like that. All right. Number 6. Which famous video game franchise coined the phrase V-Bucks?
Oh, Fortnite, of course.
Nice. Okay, there we go. Okay. Number 7. What is the best-selling video game console of all time?
Oh, that's hard. Is it the Wii, the Nintendo Wii?
Marissa? You were not necessarily there. We'll give you one more chance.
Maybe the Nintendo Switch.
It ain't a part of the Nintendo franchise. Do you want to go for a third time? Come on now. 3, 2, 1. Give me
Xbox
something.
360.
No, you were so close. It's the PlayStation 2 is the top game console of all time, which sold around 157 million units worldwide. That's why I truly believe we're going to go towards the smart TVs, because if the newer consoles ain't becoming successful like the PlayStation 2, I don't see that becoming anytime soon. But anyways, let's get right on into it. Number 8, the famous video game heroine Lara Croft belonged to which game?
Oh, Tomb Raider.
No, okay, there we go. And what is the most expensive video game ever made?
Oh, that's. I have honestly no idea on that one.
Okay, I'll throw you a little bit of a lifeline. It always gets shit from gamers for constantly updating the game, but never giving us a new one.
GTA 5?
There we go.
Okay.
We got it. HenricK the WrecK. He's on top of it. And if you can nail this one, you get all the gems in the world, all the rubies in the world. You know, virtually. I don't have them in my physical pocket, but we'll figure that out when it comes to the NFT universe. But anyways, if you nail this, you can truly be the one and only star. What does the name Nintendo mean?
Oh, I remember looking this up at one point, but I really do not remember.
Do you want to give it a guess?
I wouldn't even know where to start.
Come on, give us something. Give us something.
I mean, I know they were a like toy company before,
but just it's a phrase.
You put it on a tombstone.
Still kind of hard, but that's actually not too bad of actually a lifeline.
Yeah.
All right, sure. he's stopped. It's all good. He's rested in the grave. What does the name Nintendo mean? Leave luck to heaven. So when I'm on the deathbed and I have my final words, I'm gonna say Nintendo.
That'll be on your gravestone.
That'll be on the gravestone. But HenricK the WrecK, you are amazing. You are a kick-ass video game contributor. And where can the CCS family follow you on social media?
So I'm on Instagram, I'm on Twitter, I'm actually on TikTok also, but I'm mostly on YouTube. That's where I post a bunch of videos playing games. Right now I'm playing through Control Ultimate Edition.
There we go. And I know HenricK the WrecK and I, we are working on bringing in the future our own social interactive live stream video game talk show. So keep a lookout for that, CCS family. More to come in the future. So follow us on social media, even HenricK the WrecK himself. And thank you again for joining the Chris Collins Show Millennial Talk Show.